If you opened Google's Antigravity last week and thought, where's my terminal? Where are my extensions? Wait, did Google just break Antigravity? You are not alone. Thousands of developers had the exact same reaction. But here's the thing. Google didn't break Antigravity. They completely rebuilt it. And once you understand what they actually did, it will make total sense. What even happened? So Google split Antigravity into 3 separate products. You now have Antigravity 2.0, which is a direct competitor to Claude Code Desktop and Codex Desktop app. There's no terminal, no extension sidebar, just a chat window with an agent. Then you have Antigravity IDE, which is basically your old Antigravity, which is a VS Code fork. It has terminal, your extensions, all the things you are used to. And finally, there is Antigravity CLI. So Google is going to deprecate Gemini CLI. We'll soon see Gemini CLI on Killed by Google page. So when you updated and saw completed different interface, you were looking at Antigravity 2.0. And I don't know why Google rolled out Antigravity 2.0 in this way. But when I downloaded Antigravity IDE again, I saw that all my workflows were still there. So who cares? What's actually new? So if you visit Google Antigravity website, now in product section, you can download these 3 products. There is also Antigravity SDK. With Antigravity SDK, you can make custom agents. If you want me to make a separate video on this with a deep dive, let me know in the comments. Let's start with Antigravity 2.0. The app will look familiar to you if you have already used Claude Desktop and Codex Desktop app. This app comes with Google's latest models, which are Gemini 3.5 Flash models with medium, high and low variant. And there is also 3.1 Pro models and some Claude models. The Gemini 3.0 Flash models are really fast. Like uncomfortably fast for what it is capable of. It's not the deepest thinker, that's still Gemini 3.1 Pro. But for rapid agentic workflows, the speed difference is real. There is one more new addition, which is a big one, which is sub-agents. So in the old Antigravity IDE, the agent wrote code and that's it. In 2.0, it can spawn sub-agents mid-task because Antigravity 2.0 is written on Google's Go language, which is famous for parallelism. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to ask it to create a to-do app for me and test it with a browser sub-agent. And let's see what it does. We can see all the progress in the right side panel. Okay, it has created the implementation plan in 1 second. We can click on proceed and it has created tasks as well. Now it is asking me for permissions. So there is one task running. It has created the file. It has written task for browser automation. Now it is writing the tests. In overview, we can see it has created these 3 files. It has also made the configuration so that we can run the server using npm start and we can access the app. For now, I'll just open the file. So let me go in Finder. That's the thing with Antigravity 2.0 that to open the files to check the code, you will have to go to the Finder or you will have to go to your IDE. It's open index.html. Wow, this looks really good. So the elements are also working. There is also a theme toggle button. You can see how fast it has created this design and it took around 2 minutes, which is impressive. Here you can also have scheduled tasks. Just for example, I have created this scheduled task to review the main branch and hunt for bugs. You can give a prompt to it and that prompt will run on a specific time. This is a cron expression. If you want, you can also choose from hourly, daily and weekly. I have already tested it and I have this result over here. Now we can move to how to get your old setup back. You just have to go to Antigravity website. Go to Antigravity IDE and download the IDE from here and install it. Once you download it, you can have your Antigravity IDE back. And you will also have your workflows, extensions, conversation, everything back. And there is third product, which is Antigravity CLI, which is going to deprecate the old Gemini CLI. The major differences that I found in Antigravity CLI and Gemini CLI is first of all is models. In Gemini CLI, in models, you can't access the latest Gemini 3.5 Flash models. But in Antigravity CLI, you can use Gemini 3.5 Flash models, which are latest. The second difference that I found is in Gemini CLI, we had extensions. But in Antigravity CLI, we don't have extensions, we have plugins. You can add the plugins by using this command, AGY plugin install and plugins name. And there is also a difference between how these two CLIs store their MCP server configurations. Gemini CLI used to store the configurations in settings.json, whereas Antigravity CLI uses a dedicated MCP configurations file. If this video saved you 30 minutes of confusion, drop a like. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. I cover practical AI related topics on this channel. So let's grow in this AI journey together and see you in the next one.